We're being joined by retired Lieutenant General S.L. Narasimhan, who was a former company commander with the Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka. He's joining us from Puducherry. So thank you very much indeed, sir, for taking time out and speaking to us here on WION. Now, this is a very crucial election for the people in Sri Lanka, considering the enormous amount of economic turmoil that the country has in fact gone through. But the question is obviously this: has Ranil Wickremesinghe done enough for the people of Sri Lanka to vote him back to power again?
Good evening, and thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for having me on your program. This is a very pertinent question. As was mentioned by your correspondent, the voting percentage seems to have gone very high. That is one. The second thing is Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe is standing as an independent candidate because his party has got just one seat in the parliament. So, and also he had to take certain measures regarding taxation, etc., to get the relief package for the economic recovery to come in. The other two candidates, Sajith Pramadasa and Dissanayake, if you look at their manifest, it seems to be both are almost on the same lines of keeping the population in mind and their welfare in mind. So I think at this point in time, it is open. As we go along, we'll have to see as to who will get to know this. But Dissanayake, as per the reports which I read a little while earlier, seems to be a little better position amongst the three.
You know, it's interesting that we'll of course get to know, we'll have a clearer picture because counting of the votes is currently underway. We'll know as to which candidate has a clear lead probably by tomorrow morning. But at this moment, considering, you know, the difficulties that the Sri Lankan people have been through, inflation has been a big cause of concern. There are issues of where people have to deal with high cost of taxation, which the government has had to impose to get the funding that it needed to tide over the financial crisis. Do you think these are issues that have dampened some of the enthusiasm that people may have had towards Wickremesinghe?
That is very true, because when the economic crisis took place in 2022, we saw the kind of long lines for fuel, medical facilities were becoming difficult, and in fact, living itself was becoming slightly difficult for the people of Sri Lanka at that point in time. So they expected some kind of a relief, but the bailout that was to be given to Sri Lanka demanded that the tax, etc., needs to be hiked up so that the income can be matched with the kind of effort that the IMF and others are putting in. So it was a catch-22 situation for Sri Lanka at that point in time, and Mr. Wickremesinghe, in his own wisdom, would have taken the decision as he deemed fit at that point in time. But that wouldn't have actually uplifted or removed the problems the people were facing at that time. So it is a catch-22 situation at this point in time for Mr. Wickremesinghe. We'll have to wait and see as to how the counting of the votes take place and how it progresses further.
Absolutely indeed. Thank you very much indeed, General Narasimhan, for joining us and getting us that perspective there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.